Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Commanders and the Texans, and it's coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the NFC champions, the Washington Commanders. So it all comes down to this. We are ready, and Super Bowl 58 off and running from New Orleans. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On play action, they'll throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident, I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl's unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting out 0 for 2. We'll see if he can rebound. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. On the return, it's James. And he's out of bounds. He'll take this one up to the 35. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. Got his man on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut Make your best decision and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win. Haven't met a corner that's worth the salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing, Mills. This will be complete to Mechie. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They go play action. Mills. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game. And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Slings this deep from McLaurin. They've got his man complete. A huge play there for Washington. 66 yards. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run left with Pollard. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to sack back at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 there, a full 10 yards, so that one hurts. And it brings up 3rd and goal. Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Kyle Pitts, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mills. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 44. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. 7-3 the score. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Play fake. Mills. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Mills now looks to throw on first down. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Mills. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Mills now. And it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His second catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a dump off here complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Complete to 25. A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a first down. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Let's go now.
2nd and 9 now. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Okay, ready?
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
50.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Ready, ready.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. No gain at all on the play there. That brings up 4.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Sly able to put this one through, and that will knot us up at 10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So it's halftime here on Sports Grandest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And through one half at least, this Super Bowl has been everything it was cracked up to be. All tied. What's your key for them, Charles, in the second half?
Simplicity, partner, because in the Super Bowl, with the extra time at halftime, I think some staffs get caught up in trying to design too many things. It's all tied up. They have to remember what they did to get here. Put that back into play here in the second half, and I think they'll be all right.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mills. This ball caught by Mechie. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie, 35 yards. And the Texans have broken the tie. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mills to throw it. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Touchdown! A great play there. 31 yards. And the Texans will extend their third quarter lead here in the Super Bowl. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. James now to return it. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of your best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking there.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
He'll drop to throw. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's going to have the Commanders' first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back to throw now on first down. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Pollard. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. On play action, they'll throw. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. From 17 yards out. And the Commanders are back within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Throwing, Mills.
Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A huge play there for Houston. And even 50 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. This guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
They'll run here with Pierce.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mills. Gets the dump off to Pierce.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
3rd and goal, a big play in the Super Bowl. Here's Pierce.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense keeps him out of the end zone there. Now, will they go for it? And if so, can they do it one more time?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth it going for it, because what we've seen from the defense so far, every gap is taken care of. Everyone is sound in their coverage. No one is breaking free. And those ball carriers are getting tagged. If I were them, I'd think very hard about just taking 3 points and taking their dignity and moving on.
And the ball's at the 2, spotted at the 2, so a pretty good chunk to go.
there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Yeah, we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. Yeah, they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete.
Yeah, this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington 1st down and an exhale there as they convert on 4th.
They'll look to throw again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Steven Nelson.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 25 yards that time.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
And you don't have to tuck your head in and tell him to go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
On 3rd down, here's Mills.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he returns this to the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got a man complete.
And he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on 4th down. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Pollard again.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple of plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, but the old expression about slim and none. Well, Slim just left town on that
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he stopped immediately there.
Montez Sweat with the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
And the Lone Star State has a new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.